Hi everybody, it's Christina. Welcome back to Adventures in Polished Land and happy Friday to you. In today's Friday Reads, I'm going to keep it pretty short. I haven't posted any YouTube videos this week because I've been busy working on a project for my Instagram account, my main Instagram. If you have any interest in the boy band NSYNC, you'll want to check that out. I always have my Instagram listed in the description box below. It's just at Adventures in Polished Land. I have been reading this week. Since the last time we spoke, I did finish Attachments by Rowell. I talked about this a lot in my last Friday Reads. Essentially, this is the third time that I've read this book. First time I gave it 5 stars. Second time I gave it 4 stars. This time I gave it 3 stars. It just has not aged well. There are so many cringy statements throughout that would not be okay in today's day and age. And it is still an enjoyable read. There are things about it that I do really like. And at this point, I'm reading it more as a nostalgia read than a book I would give a high rating. So glad I reread it for the American Lit Reading Challenge for a book set in Nebraska. It is going back on my shelf, though it may be on the chopping block. I don't think I'm ready to get rid of it, though, because despite me not loving it this time around, it is so readable. It's such a quick book, and there are things that I do really like about the storyline overall. So that's my quick wrap up of Attachments. Right now, I am reading The Miseducation of Cameron Post. This is by Emily M. Danforth. This is a YA novel set in Montana. It is about a young girl named Cameron Post. When the book begins, she is 12 years old and her parents die in a car crash. And her first thought before the grief sets in is that she's relieved because they will never know that she had been kissing her friend, who's a girl, shortly before they passed away. And so the book follows her journey growing up in Montana and what it's like to be a young lesbian. She doesn't seem to have too much trouble coming to terms with who she is, but she does have to keep it hidden from her religious aunt. And I am now at the point in the book when she's been sent off to a conversion camp. It is a religious school where they're going to pray the gay away, which is ridiculous, of course. So she's there now. I did not realize this book was so long. It's 470 pages. I am on page 312. So in my ideal world, I would finish this over the weekend, but because there is so much left, I'm not sure that will happen. I will say for a lot of the book, I was really into the story, really wanting to know what is going to happen next, but I think I've hit a little bit of a dull section, so hopefully that will pick back up soon and I will really enjoy the rest of the book. So far, so good for the most part. And then next up, I will be reading The Dutch House by Anne Patchett. And then after that, I will read the next book that I have to pick up at the library. And we're already halfway through August. I am letting my TBR get out of control once again because I still have to read this behemoth, Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. And I don't know that I will be getting my August TBR all read before the end of August. And as I talked about in my TBR video, I am kind of running out of time to complete my American Lit Reading Challenge before the end of the year. This was certainly much more challenging than I expected, and I think it's partly because a lot of the books that I'm reading are more dense than usual, and I think some of them have been a little bit more like an assigned reading feel rather than a book that I'm super excited about right in that moment. But nonetheless, I'm still excited about the challenge, still ready to complete it, and I'm just going to keep reading and hope that I get it in this year, if not in January of the next one. That is all I'm going to mention in this video. I still wanted to get a Friday Reads up and posted, but I have a lot of other projects that I'm working on right now, so I'm going to keep this short. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you're reading in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!